Good evening. Thank you very much for coming here today. And so during these 2 hours and 1.5 hours, I want you to I want you to do something, not only listening. That means you're not here just to listen to a story or to a talk. You're here to understand who you are. You came here to free your mind, isn't it? So that's what we advertise. So if you want to free your mind, then you have to find out who you are. I know that you have an answer right now, that if I ask you who you are, that you have an answer right now. That's fine. I know your name and what you are doing, those things. These are the things about yourself. So you know about them. So you know who you are. But at the same time, I have to say that you don't know who you are as well. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the university of yourself. This room. For these 2 hours, not 2 years, don't worry. Right? For these 2 hours, whatever the 2 hours that is going to come, you are going to explore that what's happening within your mind. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the experiments that we are going to conduct in this university, in this course. What's up? All good?
Yes.
Right. So what's going to happen? Sorry, where were we? Yes. So in this course, in this lab, we are going to explore about the mind, because this is the university of yourself, right? So throughout this time period, I want you to apply what I'm talking about. It's not something that you're listening and you're learning something. So your mind and my mind has to come to a same frequency, same wavelength, same understanding. Then you can understand what I'm talking about. The thing is here, ladies and gentlemen, that you know that different religions are talking about different things. You might be believing God, you might be believing next life or past life. I don't care about that, because I was a scientist back then, and I'm still a scientist. I'm studying about right now what's going on with me, and I want you to start that journey as well. Because if you start this journey, you will find what he found. You don't have to become a Buddhist. That's an interesting thing. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one truth here. You can believe anything, that what you want. It doesn't matter what you believe. The truth is the truth is the truth. Isn't it? What you are about to hear is unprecedented. It's not something that you have heard before. But you have to contemplate. You have to reflect. You have to apply whatever the concept that I'm talking to you into your life experiences, and then you have to prove to yourself that what I'm talking to you is either true or false. So it will be like some mathematics class, not like history lesson. Those days I hate history, and the even I did Buddhism as a subject. I don't like it. You know why? There's no analytical thing. It's always memorizing. But here, this is analysis. This is something that you can analyze. You have to analyze. So don't sleep. This is the ideal time to do a session, because you know why? You are not hungry or you are not full. Because usually dinner, we don't fill our tummy, right? We don't fill our tummy. But lunch, you eat ample amount of food. So then after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, all the sessions, which are sleepy, right? But here is good. I can see you're comfortable to understand this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. When you were born to this world, you were born as a human being. But you don't know why you were born as a human being, don't you? Do you have an idea why you were born as a human being? Why? We always ask why for the things that we do, isn't it? Why? Yeah, thank you. We always question why it happens. So this is. Can you see this board? Why and how, isn't it? Because of human beings, we can question this. Do you think dogs are questioning why and how? Animals? Do they question why you are giving me only bones? Can you give me? Huh? I saw that you have a puppy that day, remember? You were there. Yes. Do they question from you? Why you gave this name to me? No. But you have that ability, isn't it? Wonderful. Why? Then you can understand what's going on. If you can ask the question why and how, that means you have an ability to understand what's going on. If you can't ask why and how, that means you are not a human being. Then welcome to the animal world, animal kingdom. The thing, ladies and gentlemen, after you die, we don't know what's going to happen, isn't it? The people in this room might have a belief that I won't be born again. Okay, you might have a belief that I will be in the heaven. Okay. Or sometimes some people might think the way that I behave right now, of course, I will end up in where? Hell. That's fine. That's also your belief. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, even though you believe or not, you have to face the music. At this life, right now, you have so many people around you, so many people, wealth, and you have material possessions. You have New Zealand dollars and US dollars. You're paying a mortgage, I guess, I hope. You owe, you have people. You have gained people throughout your life. Your parents, family members, son, siblings, daughters. You have so many people. But the thing is, after you die, you have to face whatever that you have done in the past alone. At this moment also you are facing alone. You don't know it. Just asking for my interest. Can you give your pain to me? Can you transfer your pain to me? Let's say you have a toothache. No, right? Okay. Then, even now also, you feel that you have so many people, but what you suffer, what you experience, what you face is you are facing alone. You can't share. I have to say that it is so funny. The apple that you see is not the apple that I see. But we all have a belief set that we are seeing the same apple. I hope nothing is going to happen here. See? This is the thing. We can't share our inside experience. We have to face alone. Even though we feel that we have so many friends and so many people around us that who can help us, ladies and gentlemen, what you experience, what you face, what you're doing, whatever the reaction that happens to you, always depends on what the action that you have done in the past. You all believe in Newton, right? Newton? Isaac Newton? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I believe in Isaac Newton. Those days I didn't believe in Buddha, I didn't believe in Jesus, I didn't believe in Lord Krishna. I believed in what? Isaac Newton. But Isaac Newton says every action has equal and opposite reaction. Then I found that, my goodness, man reap what he sows. That's in the Bible. Something similar that I learned. And then Yadisam vapate bejan, tadisam harte palang. That's in the Buddhist textbooks. What you give is what you get. What you give is what you get. If you give pressure, you get the pressure back. So it happens in everywhere. It's not Isaac Newton's law. It happens even to the minds, not only to the physical world. So those spiritual leaders who came like before Isaac Newton or some ancient days, they have talked about the same thing. They have discussed about the same thing. That's what we realize later. So anyway, so throughout this time, see, I haven't started yet. Throughout this time, you have to apply what I'm talking to you. So you have to be open-minded. If you can be open-minded, then you will grasp what I'm trying to convey to you. Otherwise, you won't feel it. It happens because, ladies and gentlemen, the concept that I'm talking, right? You can't read and grasp from a book. Whatever that he found, whatever that he understood, whatever the wisdom that you can't gain, the wisdom you can't gain from a book. Because knowledge can be written. Wisdom can't be written. Your mind and my mind has to be in equal frequency, same frequency to transfer this message. It's like Bluetooth. It's like Wi-Fi. So now what I'm trying to do is establishing the connection between you guys. That's why I want to see your faces. If you can't see me, then you are not establishing the connection. Because we have, how can we establish the connections? From eyes, from ears, from the facial expressions. So you have to be, you have to have active listening, and I have to do active speaking. Then and then only I can establish that connection and transfer the message to you, transfer the message across to you. So it's not something that, that you can read from a book, because book doesn't have eyes. From the side of the book, they don't have mind, they don't have ears, no sense. Does it make sense now? So wisdom can be transferred through a teacher and student relationship. For these 2 hours, for 1.5 hours, right? Could you please be my student? Students are always receiving end. Students are always at the receiving end. Why? They are receptive. Receives. If you are a receiver, then you have to be open, your mind. If you are a teacher, or if you know everything, okay, then I can't give anything to you, because you are not at the receiving end. I am the transmitter, you are the receiver. Right? So only for 2 hours, please be my student. Did you pay for this? No? See, it's free of charge. Okay. Let's do this. Now let's go back to your life. Let's go back to your kindergarten. Do you remember those days when you were born and when you were growing? So they can remember. They know better than you, right? They can remember. When you were a kid, did you know what to do as a human being? No, right? You didn't know. You felt hunger, then you cry. Remember? And then mom or whatever and dad they feed you. Then you are, then you cry again. Then give you food. Likewise. And then what happened? After some years, they said, okay, son, you have to go to school. Remember? You have to learn. Did did you become a human to learn? Or just your parents told you to go to school? Do you have a goal? Did you have a goal? Okay, I should go to school one day. I still remember when I was the first day that I went to school, I was crying. I want to be at home. I don't want to go to school. So my parents said, okay, if you want to become a rich person, if you want to find the wealth, if you want to be happy, if you want to felicita, that's the Italian word. if you want to become a satisfied, and if you want to live fulfilling life, what you have to do? Money, such a honey. Education comes with money. You have to do something, learn something, and then money. I still remember my mom always say, learn, you have to learn. If you study, if you pass your exams, then you will be a rich person. Otherwise, you have to wash your sister's car. That's what they told me. I don't want to wash my sister's car, so that's why I studied up to PhD. And the funny thing is, now think about, are you using those skills or those knowledge that you gained from you went to school and you wasted a lot of time. You passed a lot of exams, right? Now tell me, right at this moment for your bread and butter, are you guys using those knowledge? Hardly or rarely, right? Those days we learned how to solve logarithm, log mathematics. Are you using them right now to eat, to drink, to go to school, work? No. I mean, what we have been doing is just wasting our life. I mean, we had a life. I'm not against education, okay? Don't worry. I'm not asking you to stop education and be in the jungle. No. I want you to think in a different angle, because you came here to free your mind, isn't it? Not free your body, right? I don't want to free your body. I want you to free your mind. Okay. So this is, if you want to free your mind, you have to free your perspectives. Change your perspectives, the way you look at the world. So this is what we are doing here. Agree? Right? So you don't have to stop anything what you're doing. See, I haven't stopped anything. Still I'm walking and I'm doing things, right? I'm giving lectures, I'm doing sermons. All these things we are doing it. Okay? Right, good. Now think about, throughout your life, you are experiencing negative emotions. Sometimes you are sad about things that happen to you. Sometimes you frustrated. You felt guilty, something that you have done. I could have done better than this. You know, when guilty feeling strikes on you, do you remember? You feel very guilty about things that you have done. Don't you feel fear? Haven't you feel fear? Fear, anger, grievance. So these are the things that burns you, ladies and gentlemen. These are the things that burn you. These are the things that burn your mind. There are techniques. There are millions of techniques to calm down the mind, to manage those things. There are techniques to manage anxiety. There are techniques to manage stress, depression, addictions, anger management, fear management, depression management. Of course, yes. But if I tell you that there's a way to eliminate or eradicate or get it out of your life 100%, fear, anger, negative emotions, no, nothing. Whatever that happens in the outside, you don't feel anything. No, you feel anything. You're not numb, but you will respond. Whatever the acts that you have been doing so far will be there, but you don't feel the negative emotions. Do you understand that? You won't feel the stress. Whatever that happens to the incident, you won't feel it, but you respond to it. For example, let's say your son or your daughter is doing some nasty thing. You can blame him. You can advise. You can shout at him. But you won't feel this negative, the torment, the mental torment that you experience. This is the life this is the target that you have to have. Ladies and gentlemen, you were born as a human being to find out this mental state. You were born to this world as a human being because of what? You have an ability, right at this moment you have that ability to find out the true purpose of your life. In the morning, in the sermon that we came in, your purpose of your life should be to find out the purpose of your life. Because when you find out the purpose of your life, ladies and gentlemen, the game ends. You're playing a game. You don't have to play the game. You're playing a game, at the same time you don't know the rules and regulations of the game. This game is to find out the rules and regulations of the game. When you find out the rules and regulation of the game ends. What you're doing is, you're playing the game instead of finding out, tell me, rules and regulation. Do you understand this? That's why when you were born, you went to mom. Mom, what should I do? Mom didn't know what you have to do, because mom doesn't know what they have to do as a human being. They didn't also know that. Because of that, they said, okay, you have to go to school. Okay, let's go. Then you went to your dad and asked what you have to do. Then your dad said, yes, you have to earn money. Okay, let's go. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the Negative emotions, stress, anxiety, depression, whatever that you had, this negative emotion, you didn't have a solution. You always have something, you're achieving something, it liberates yourself for that time being, from the suffering, and then you do something else. You always look for what's next. Apply this, then you will find out that what I'm talking about. From morning to night, dawn to dusk, day in and day out, what you are doing is, what's next, achieve that, what's next, achieve that, what's next, achieve that. You feel something, you feel satisfaction, done, okay, next. Yes, done, next. But the thing is, this is endless journey, endless game. Always you have targets. You always have targets. Okay, you have to achieve this, then it will be done. Will it be done, or you will have another thing to achieve? you will have something else then. Then you have, those days I remember, when I was doing my PhD, when I finished the first project, supervisor, when we were celebrating, he's asking, what's next? When you are thinking about what's next, can you celebrate? When you think about what's next, can you celebrate? Then you are suffering again. It will become a headache. Isn't it? That's why, ladies and gentlemen, our mind doesn't know what is the function of the mind. That is the reason that you are suffering, not because that you are thinking about what's next. Your negative emotions, negative pressure, whatever the negative emotions, mental pressure that happens in the mind, that occurs in the mind, that manifests in the mind, it happens not because that you don't have that thing. Let's say I'm asking a question, and if you answer the question properly, I will say, I'll give this apple to you. Then what happens? Now you have a void. What? I should win. What? An apple. Then you are trying to answer my question. Let's say I'm going to give you a gift. I didn't say I'm going to give you an apple. I'm going to give you a gift. Then what would you say? What would you say? What would you do? Let's answer the question. What is the question? Now you have a void in the mind. And then if you answer successfully, then I'll give you the gift something. Then you are satisfied. Yes, I want it. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the life that you are spending. You feel something that you achieved, but at the end of the life, you didn't achieve anything. You came empty-handed, you go empty-handed. Right at this moment also you have nothing. But you think that you have everything. Do you own a car? Right at this moment, do you have a car with you? This moment? This moment? No, you are looking at me. This moment you don't have a car, you are looking at me. How many clothes you have at your house? How many shoes do you have? Too many? Okay. Do you have it? Are you wearing them right now? Okay. Then how many things that you have right now? Only pair of shoes, this one. The funny thing is, when you are looking at me, you don't know whether shoes are there or not. Think about your mind. At this moment, when you are looking at me, when you are listening to me, you don't know whether you have wear a shoe or not. I'm talking about this moment. The moment that you hear this clap. That moment, are you wearing a shoes? No idea. Because that moment, mind is busy with perceiving the clapping sound. Do you get the gist? The moment that when you perceive this clapping sound, that moment you perceive what? Clapping sound. That moment you don't have an idea whether are you wearing a shoes or you have a coat, you have a house, you have cars, or you have a bank account, how many dollars you have. No, zero. Do you understand what I'm point? This, when you hear this clap, that moment, that means, ladies and gentlemen, that mind doesn't know. What's your name, madam? Yes? Ansa. Alison. The moment that you hear the clapping sound, that mind doesn't know you are an Alisa. You are Alisa. Alisa? Alison.
Yeah.
That mind knows only what? Clap. It's so funny. This moment, mind knows only what happens this moment. That means, ladies and gentlemen, you are writing your CV each and every moment. You are in Christchurch. I am this, and I am an accountant. I am an engineer. All those things you have to write it again and again and again and again. Is it warm here inside? You can cool it. I think it's too hot. No, it's there. The control. See, I saw it. What's the temperature? 24. You can reduce to 18. I was kidding. Okay. Now think about that. Even though we feel that we have so many things with us, but at that moment that you perceive that clap, only clap is there with you. This moment when you're looking at me, you have me. Actually, you are me. I mean, later we will find out that. Of course, when you're looking at me, who are you? You are me. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you crazy. So after you leave this place, you will feel normal. Don't worry. But this is, as I said before, this is the university of yourself, okay? You're studying about yourself because you have studied throughout your life you have studied all the other things except yourself. So let's try our best to fit this message within this 1 hour and 1.5 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, here I'm going to give you, I'm going to ask you this question. Let's say there's a crazy man. If a crazy man come to you and explain to you, you know what, I have a big problem. What, sir? I have a big problem that I want the sun. But nobody gave me the sun. I don't know how to get the sun. Could you please help me to get the sun? Not sun. Sun. You know this sun? What you can tell about that person? Crazy. You can say, oh, I think I know a doctor. Would you help him to get the sun? Yeah. But I'm asking, if you know that this person is psychic now, he's gone insane, right? Would you help him to find the sun? Or would you help him to get rid of the craziness? I mean, what that you can do is not giving the sun, right? What you can do, what is something makes sense. I don't know whether you're crazy. Then, if you're also crazy, then both will come together and join the party to find the sun. Let's go and find. Let's go and find out the way to. I also have the same problem. I was looking for a mate. Right? Crazy man also have a problem. When a crazy man come to you and explain about a problem, if you know he's crazy, then that problem, what he's asking, the problem that he has, do you think is it real problem or is it something fake? No, because he's crazy. Now he's asking, okay, he has a problem. Is it real or is it a fake? Is it a mental? I mean, the problem that he is raising right now, can you give an answer? Or what you can do is, you have to find a way to get rid of that craziness out of him. Then he won't have that problem, isn't it? Do you understand my point? If you can get rid of the craziness, then he won't ask that problem that he's asking. What is the problem now? He's asking, can you give me the sun? Can you help to bring me the sun? Do you understand that? This happened to all of us, but we don't know. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not offending you. Okay. Cake. What do you like? Which cake? Fruit. Carrot. Chocolate. Okay. See, so many cakes are there. Red velvet cake, chocolate gâteau. What else? Mud cake, caramel cake, carrot cake, beetroot cake, potato cake, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's say I'm going to give you whatever the cake that you love. Let's say it's there. Let's say you're hungry as well, and it's so delicious. Now, inside your mind, you will experience a slight pressure. This is something that you want. Let's say, not only cake, something, if you have something that you want, let's say from Amazon, you order something. You have ordered. Now you are expecting the delivery today. Are you in happy or waiting game? Now you are in. Are you happy or you have a pressure now? Because this is something that you wanted. You have a desire. You have the desire to get that thing. Let's say I have something that you really, really love on this table. Let's say this is apple. When you look at it, can you stay there? No. You always want to get that thing. Have you been to, buffets? Do you want to keep the food in the buffet or on your plate? What would you like? You like to have the food on the plate, not in the buffet, right? You want to separate your portion out from there. Then you are satisfied. Right? Okay. If I ask you, why there's a pressure in the mind? What would be your answer?
Desire. Patience.
Okay, when I say I'm going to give this apple to you, see, let's say you really wanted that, right? Do you have pressure in the mind? Yes. Why?
I haven't got it yet.
You haven't got it yet. Right? This is really, really true story to you. Because if you get this apple, then what will happen? The pressure disappears. So that means the pressure that you have right at the moment, when you wanted something, the reason for that pressure is you don't have it. Where's the eraser? So this is the mental pressure. We all feel this. Do we all feel this? The stress is a derivation of this. Anxiety, depression, tell me, guilty, fear, anger, grievance, all are, you can categorize as what? You can all put into the negative emotions. This is the common source, common ground. Yeah, thank you. Agree? What is the reason for this? Not having what you? Do you understand this? The reason for your pressure, the reason for your mental pain, the reason for the stress that you experience is not having what you want. Agree? Everybody, okay, let's ask from, what do you think? This is true or false? True, 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 true. This is why we both are in two different realms. You know why?
Because you don't want anything?
No. For me, the mental pressure is not because of this. But for you guys, mental pressure is happening because you don't have things that you want. When you have it, it withers away. Then you want another thing. Then you have the pressure again. When you have it, it withers away. So you are going on a roller coaster ride. Agree? From morning to night, you are going on a roller coaster ride. Likewise. What do you think? True, right? Mental pressure. Sorry. Mental. Sorry. Still. Mental pressure that you experience. See, if I experience mental pressure, then what is the reason? Not having?
A lozenge.
Lozenge. Could you please give me a lozenge then? No. I was kidding. So you give when your kid is crying, what you do? Give what he wants. Then you satisfy him. Then again when he cries again, then what do you do? Ask, what do you want, son? I want that. Oh, okay, don't worry. Oh. When you want, you get what you want. When there's a fire, you get the help from the fire brigade. Fire brigade comes, Get rid of the fire. Thank God. And then fire happens. What do you want? This. Call the police. Sorry, not police. Fire brigade. And then fire brigade comes. Get rid of the fire. This is the life that you are spending. Don't you? Why are you sad? Let's say, why are you sad? Because, I was expecting a delivery today. It didn't appear. So that's why I'm sad. Why are you sad? That lady, she's called me. For nothing, I didn't do that. Okay. Why are you sad? Nobody talked about me. I achieved this and this and this and this. But nobody recognized me. I don't get the attention. These are common problems, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is because we all are crazy. Remember, crazy people help crazy people. When your son is crazy, he is crying for a cake. Mom is also crazy. Mom think, what? If I give a cake to son will be okay. Okay, son, I'll give you a cake. So this is what happens to you. Don't you think this is your life? You are expert in this experience. Fire brigade. Fire brigade. Agree? Ladies and gentlemen, mental pressure appears here not because of this reason. It appears because of something else. But nobody knows it. Everybody has it. It's something like an elephant in the room. We have to unveil it. When you unveil it, my goodness, then you realize. As long as you unveil it, until you unveil it, you don't get this. When it happens, oh, this is the reason. I didn't know. Sorry about my throat. This is the journey. So, before the session ends today, you're going to find out why this mental pressure builds up. I mean, don't you think that is something life-changing? This is the science that we live by. This is the science that I practice. This is the understanding that I practice. As a result of that, I don't feel stress and anxiety, depression. I don't feel anger. I don't feel fear. But I'm responding. I can shout at people. You're shouting for your son. Is it because to make him good character? Or because you get rid of the pressure? When they do nasty things. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you as well. If you have kids. When somebody is not doing, when somebody does not, let's say your husband and wife, when she is not doing something the way that you want, when she acts the way that you don't want, then what happens? You shout at her, you shout at him. Why? You get angry. Why? Because he is not doing the way I want. Because you are now shouting to get rid of the pressure. You are not doing that action to correct him. Let's say if they are doing something bad, right? You have to correct them. I'm not talking about that action. I'm talking about the mindset that you are not correcting the wrong. You are not correcting the action. What you are doing is you are getting rid of the pressure. It's because you think the pressure that happen, the pressure that you experience right now happens to you because that you don't have the way you want, the thing that you want, or they don't behave the way you want. Agree? Okay. Throughout your life, you earn things. You need money. Why? Not to buy things. Actually, you need money to get rid of this. You are not buying for the purpose. When you love a pizza, then you have mental vexation for a pizza. Then you go and buy a pizza and you eat it. Why? Because of your hunger. Is it because of your hunger? No. To get rid of the pressure. Because that is so delicious. How can it be there? It should be in here. It should be in here, not in there. So, in order to get rid of the pressure, you need more money. We need food. We need a place to live. We need medicine. We need to wear something, clothes. Okay, these are the 4 requisites that you actually really need as a human being. Okay, we need money to find out these things. Accepted. But are you really using money to find out these things, or are you really using money to get rid of this? Tell me. Why do you have a Netflix? Do you have Netflix? YouTube Red subscriptions? So many subscriptions. That's why when the payday comes, money comes in, the money goes out. On Thursday, then you are still looking for money. Wednesday, you get the money. Thursday, you don't have the money. Wednesday, you are happy because ting, notification comes. And the Wednesday, ting, 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 double ting. No money. You have things to pay, bills to pay, and when all these things settled, you are scratching on the head. What's the point of earning this? Agree? It's because, ladies and gentlemen, science and technology science and technology help you to get rid of this pressure as quickly as possible. People developed so many things. People have developed so many techniques to get rid of the pressure out quickly as possible. The more the frequency that you get rid of the pressure, it comes again and again and again. That's why your life is so complicated right now. Compared to your grandfathers and grandmothers, now your life has become more complicated. Do you agree with me or not? Your phone now has so many apps. Remember, just 10 years ago, 10 or 15 years ago, before Android application came, Android or Apple, we didn't have this much of apps. No WhatsApp. Only, I remember those days, we only have a phone to call and to text. That's it. Now you have a phone. So many features you have. You have in your phone, you have so many features, but are you using them really? You have 150 megapixel camera. After you buy the phone, you took a picture, and after that, you even didn't touch the camera app. Do you have this kind of experience? You are not using all your features, or all those features. But you know, that makes the having the app or having the functionality make sure if you have the pressure, you can easily get rid of it. Now what happens? Now you have so many pressures. This pressure is increased. Even though you think that you are finding solutions, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't found any solution. This increased. Now it increases. Day by day, different things comes to your life. People think that they are finding solutions, but they don't find solutions. It's because everybody is crazy. Everybody is trying to get the sun. Nobody knows that everybody is crazy. This is the funny thing. Nobody knows that everybody is crazy. So everybody helps each other to find the solution for their problems. But they are expert in finding the solutions. But those solutions leads to more suffering, more pressure. That means you are not answering the problem. You are not answering the root cause of the problem. You are not touching the root cause of the fire. What do you think? Does it make sense so far? Do you make sense, everybody? Happy? Shall I tell you a secret? What you are doing is contemplation. This is the meditation, what Buddha said. You don't have to close your eyes, but you have to open your mind. That's why I told you, this is unprecedented. It's not something that you have heard. Everybody is crazy to find out the solution for this pressure. They have problems. The problem is to find out what they want. But actually, ladies and gentlemen, this mental pressure happens. This mental pressure happens in the mind because of I plus A. What is I and what is A? We are going to explore. Don't worry. I'll solve. I told you this is solving a puzzle. This is the university of yourself. That's why, for you guys, mental pressure, the reason for mental pressure is this. For me, the reason for mental pressure is this. There's a huge abyss between you and me. Huge difference. The way you perceive and with the way I perceive. Your perspective and my perspective is so different. That's why you are suffering still. I'm not suffering. Don't worry. I just ordained for 2 years. I listened to this talk in 2018, from my teacher. And from that day onwards, I started following him and followed this path, and I found this wisdom. That's why I came here to share with you all. My teacher came here and he did a sermon, he did a session on this. I think you came, right, on that day? Nobody? In this hall, right? This is the hall that, yes, same hall, yeah. Last December? Yes. So this is Mona Lisa. He is the Da Vinci. Okay? Okay, let's say. You are looking for something that doesn't exist in the world. What will happen? You are looking for something that does not exist in the world. What will happen? You will never find it. But what will happen to your mental state? Pressure arises, right? If you are trying to find something that does not exist in the world, what will happen to the mental state? It will pressurize. Agree? Looking for something that is not there. Why are you looking for something that is not there?
Because we don't know. Maybe we don't know.
You don't know. Good point. Let's say.
The void.
Huh?
Filling the void.
Filling the void. Okay. Let me simplify this. Let's say you have a son or daughter. He is looking for Santa Claus. She is waiting for Santa Claus. What is the idea that he bears?
Santa exists.
Santa exists. You have an idea. What is that idea? Santa exists. Not exit, exists. Agree? You have an idea, Santa exists. As a result of that, now she has expectation. What is that expectation? To see him, to meet him. That now during the winter, right? Now he is expecting for Santa. Now he is making the path in the front area of the house to park Santa Claus. The cart. Huh? Now he is arranging things. Why? Now he is waiting for Santa to come. Right? Because Santa exists. There's an idea that Santa exists. As a result of that, now he has attachment to what? To see Santa. Agree? As a result of that, now he is waiting. He is waiting for Santa. When this happens, ladies and gentlemen, what will be the state of the mind? Mental pressure. The mind is vexing. Because of what now? There's an attachment to something that does not exist in the world. Agree? Agree? Santa exists. Where's the Santa? There's no center. Huh? How come? Center exists. Now you're waiting for center. The moment you wait for center, mental pressure arises. The moment you wait, more you wait, more you wait. What happened? Mental pressure arises. When it exceeds the threshold limit, when it exceeds the threshold limit, every deep sea has a bottom. The highest mountain has a summit. And all your mental pressure also has a limit. I mean, you have a limit to tolerate the pressure. Agree? Huh? No. You are now going, haven't you said that like that? You are now going over my limit. Don't make me angry. I'm a naughty person. Now this is at the edge. I'm going to go insane. When the mental pressure arises, when the mental pressure goes over the limit, what happens?
Anger.
No, go insane. You go insane. Your sanity level drops out. Right? You go insane. Do you understand this? When this arises, you go insane, ladies and gentlemen. As you go insane, now you will see something that you expect. Because now you have gone insane. When mind is experiencing this pressure, mind does not have a way to get the center now. When mind is over the limit, it goes insane and it creates an artificial illusion of what? Center. You have this experience. Think about those people who are in the crazy, psychic hospital. They had this trauma or something. You're also doing this. You have the same thing. Those days, I still remember, we had a TV show called Night Rider. Have you seen that? It was showed in Sri Lanka Wednesday in ITN. That's the channel. At 7 p.m. Wednesday night. The following day, I always catch a bus that goes faster because who am I? Michael Knight. I usually wake up in the morning, early morning, 5:45 in the morning to go to school because the 5:45 bus goes like a wind. So I want to experience that, Michael Knight experience. So Thursday morning I always go in that bus because I've gone insane. You have this experience when you are watching movie. Sometimes you cry. You get emotional. It's an act. I don't know whether you don't know or you know, but director has done that. They said cut, and do it again, and cut, do it again. They act it, right? When you are watching it, try to watch a horror movie without the sound. When you watch a horror movie without a sound, you will None? Ghost? I mean, you don't feel that much. You know, when you're watching a horror movie, throughout the, the moment that you have to feel fear, they have these sound effects. You go insane on those every moment that you feel emotions. I'll explain this. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the mental pressure is there, you go insane. Not you, the mind goes insane. And create an artificial illusion. Artificial means what? Artificial means not there, but it's fabricating. It creates an artificial experience. Illusion. Artificial. It creates, fabricating an illusion that experiences center. Now what happens? When this illusion experience center, this confirms center exists. Now what happened? You think it's the truth. Next moment also you're expecting for center, mental pressure arises, then center comes to your world because you go insane. As a result of that, again you are expecting a center because you prove to yourself center exists. Let's say you are enjoying this kind of ride. If you are enjoying this kind of, not enjoying, you are trapped in this, you are not enjoying, right? You have mental pressure. Let's say you are in a cycle, in this loop. Would you be able to come out of it? Think. Would you be able to come out of this? No, ladies and gentlemen. Because why? Because you are proving to yourself the idea. It's self, how to say, self-proclaimed. You prove to yourself, this is there. And you go through this mental pressure. You can't stop it having this pressure. And insanity mode, it switch on the insanity mode of the mind. It's like, when this mental pressure arises, when it goes over the limit, it creates that artificial illusion. That's why, when let's say, imagine one mom like expecting a baby for 10 years, and when she has a baby, after 7 months or 8 months, if baby dies, right? After so many years of waiting, she had a baby. If baby dies, right? Then she will take a baby doll, the doll, and she will feel that this is her baby. All the people who are inside the psychic hospital, they have this gone crazy because of that mental pressure. It went beyond the tolerant level, right? Not only to the people in the psychic hospital, but outside also. Same, but nobody knows it. That means you are enjoying this cycle right at this moment also, but you don't know it. Shall I prove now? What is this? Mandarin. What is this? This Mandarin is a Mandarin, right? Mandarin is a Mandarin, right? Huh? This is a Mandarin, right? You know, I'm doing the most, hardest thing in this world. You know what? Showing a crazy person that he is crazy. Let's see whether I can do it or not. This is a Mandarin, right?
Yep.
Right. This is an apple, right? This apple is not this Mandarin, right? This Mandarin is not apple, right? Welcome to the crazy world. Have you studied science? Electrons, protons, neutrons? What do you have here? Electrons, protons, neutrons. What do you have here?
The same.
Okay. Is there any unique thing in the Mandarin that makes Mandarin? That doesn't have in the apple? What?
The way they're put together.
Huh? What do you have here?
Citrus.
Citrus. Citrus is made out of what? Electrons? Protons?
Taste is different.
Okay. No, I'm asking about here. Your taste is also, it's your experience. I want you to come out from your mind and think about these two guys. What do you have here?
Chemicals. And
Chemicals, bonds. That means these are electrons, protons, neutrons arranged in a particular arrangement. Here?
Same.
Same thing.
Different arrangement.
Different arrangement. Okay. Is there any uniqueness here then?
Yes.
And no, right? Do you know that you feel uniqueness? It's because of the craziness. Well, I'll decode this. No. I have this because I want to explain this. Otherwise, I don't want to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, our mind is searching for something in this world. That is the uniqueness. The Santa is for that kid, right? But for everybody, you're searching for uniqueness, entity, or separation. Separation. Try to understand this. This is very profound, but nobody can, think about this. Because everybody feels that is true. You know what this says? Santa is there. Our mind is trying to find uniqueness, entity, separation. Uniqueness. This is unique. Sorry. This is unique. This is not this is. This is not this is. This is this and this is this. This is, not this is. This is, not this is. This is this. This is this. Are you gone mad, Swaminathan? No, you are mad. I'm going to show you that you are mad. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have an idea. I will say mine. Then you feel that I'm not offending you. Would that work like that? I'm not offending you, right, ladies and gentlemen? I have ultimate compassion and loving kindness towards you because you all are enjoying this cycle. I want you to come out from this tangle, puzzle. Oh, you have been enchanted by this spell. This is I'm going to do exorcism to get rid of this evil spirit out of your mind, to cleanse your mind. That is what we call free mind. Mind is trying to find uniqueness, separation, and entity in the world. Why mind is looking for illusion. Mind is looking for entities. Mind is looking for separation. Mind is looking for uniqueness each and every moment. Looking means, attachment means what? Attachment means not you are attaching to cake, right? I'm talking about the very, very ground level attachment. I'm talking about now, let's say you have an idea, uniqueness is there, entities are there, different people are there. See, you are different to me, isn't it? My me and your me is two different things. What do you think? Wrong, but how do you feel? You feel your me and my me. My goodness, your me is not my me. My me is my me. Your me is your me. How can it be? There's a nice Sanskrit sloka. Ayan nija faroveti ganana laguchetasa udara charita nam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Don't worry, it's in Sanskrit. A fool says, this belongs to this belongs to me, that belongs to him, this is me, this is him, this is her. Separation. A wiser experience. Wiser says, one world, one family. I'm going to show you why that stanza is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. One world, one family. Do you feel one world, one family? Or New Zealand is New Zealand and Sri Lanka is Sri Lanka. Australia is not New Zealand. Even though Australians can come here, no. New Zealand is New Zealand. See, you feel uniqueness. You feel uniqueness because you go insane, ladies and gentlemen. You have gone insane. Wait and see. Now what happens, ladies and gentlemen? You are now searching for uniqueness. You are searching for an entity. You like to feel entities. Now attachment means now you have a liking. You have an attachment. Mind is now bent towards experiencing a uniqueness. Correct? Now what happened? There's no uniqueness in this world, let's say. You don't know it. I'm going to prove it. Mind now is expecting for a uniqueness. Mind doesn't get the uniqueness. What happens? Mental pressure builds up. As a result of that, it goes insane And then it creates an artificial illusion of what? Uniqueness. Artificial sense of what? This is false sense of uniqueness. It's a false sense of uniqueness. Do you understand this? Can you see this, sir? You feel a false sense of uniqueness. Why it's false? It's not there. Do you understand this? You feel a false sense of uniqueness because of the mental pressure. Okay? And then that's the center. And it confirms what? It is there. Imagine you have a headache since you were born. Would you be able to find out that you have this headache? No. Ladies and gentlemen, here I am presenting. Each and every mind has this mental pressure. But that ground level mental pressure is common to every mind. As a result of that, you won't feel a difference. Right at this moment, the pressure is there. Wait, I'll explain. False sense of uniqueness. You have given a name for this. I mean, you feel this. What is that name?
Identity.
Identity, yes. Identity comes with what? Not the identity card. Self. Self. The name that you have given to this false sense of existence, false sense of uniqueness, false sense of separation, false sense of identity, false sense of separation, whatever name it is, the name that you have given is I am. This is the base of our language. I. Self. Yourself is not myself, isn't it?
Feels that way.
You feel it, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel, madam? Are you or you are me? you are me and, sorry, not you are me. You are you. And I am me. Agree? That's a false sense. I mean, what is the job of the mind? Okay. The job of the mind is to perceive, sense. Does it make sense? Mike is sensing. Mike is the business of sensing. So not Mike, mind. Yeah. What is the job description of the mind? Okay, let's go and ask from the mind. Mind, why you are here? I'm here to give commentary about what's happening. See, this happens, then there's a perception. Because can you have perception and this happens? Whatever the incident has to happen here, and then perception happens, right? Do you agree with that? No? Do you agree with that? Incident has to happen and then perception happens. Perception doesn't happen after that. Sorry, before that. Before the incident, no perception. Agree? Electrons has to find out the light energy, and then it has to excite, and then comes to the ground, and then emit the energy, the emission spectrum, emission energy wavelength, and it comes to your eye, and it goes to your eye retina, and then the nerve signals that goes to the brain, and then after that perception happens. You are perceiving expired thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you feel that? Whatever that happens here, even though you feel that you are live, you are not live. This is recorded. Does it make sense? I mean, you feel that you are listening to me. You can't listen to me. Sensing happens. Hey. You hear hey after I say hey. I have to emit the vibration first, and then it creates the sound there. Actually, you are not watching, isn't it? Seeing happens, isn't it? You feel that you are watching. Always false sense of uniqueness. Are you making your eye center or the retina, or are you arranging things to watch? No, it's there. It's like an antenna. When it receives, and it triggers emotions, it triggers thoughts, it triggers perception, and that happens. Agree? So far so good? No, you're not watching me. Seeing happens. But you don't feel in that way. You feel you're watching. You can't watch me. You can't see me. I can't see you. Seeing happens. Ladies and gentlemen, even though you feel you are not me, I'm not you, but actually all the atoms that makes you have electrons, protons, neutrons, or we can say this is an energy aggregation. How about this guy? You can see colors. Get rid of the colors out of this. Which electron is red color? Which proton is red color? Which neutron is red color? No, then color is not here. What you see right now is the perception. What you see right now is creation in the mind. It's not this. I'm talking about what exists outside, right? There's only electrons, protons, neutrons here. In a different arrangement, this is also an arrangement. This is also cloud of energy. This is also cloud of energy. This is also cloud of energy. But the arrangement is different. That doesn't mean that this has unique thing in here. I don't know whether you get this. Mandarin doesn't contain a mandarin inside. These cells don't know that they are making a mandarin. Do you think that cells have an agenda to be in the mandarin? There's an aggregation of energy that creates an effect in the mind, mandarin effect. In that mandarin effect, you have orange color. What really exists here is same energy that aggregate in a different arrangement. You're laughing and you're smiling and you're enjoying this. You know why? Because you get this thing. Otherwise, what? Mandarin? Is there Mandarin? No, just think about When you come, let's say you have a electron microscope and come closer and closer and closer and closer. Can you see Mandarin now?
There is no Mandarin.
Eh?
There is no Mandarin.
There's no Mandarin. I'm not saying there's nothing, but there's an aggregation. Don't think that there's. I'm not talking about nihilism. Don't think that there's nothing, because if I throw this to you, right, it will bang and you feel, something is there. Right? But there's no thing. Not nothing, but there's no thing. Thing means one entity. I don't know whether you feel it. What is this? What is the shape of the atom?
No shape.
I mean, you learn, right? This, right? What do you have inside? Proton and neutron. Electrons are circular. Okay. Is there a thin layer of something that inhibit electrons to go away? No, right? Then is there a boundary then? Is there a boundary? A thin film like boundary? No. This is a cloud of energy. The energy aggregation is high here. People have name in different arrangement to protons and neutrons. Proton is also what? If you have, because this is my bread and butter, chemistry, right? Electron, 1039 times of electron is what? Approximately. A proton. I mean mass, 1030 times of mass of electron is what? Proton. Okay, good. Then what is electron, what is proton? Is there a difference? Is there an entity, a separation here? Oh, same thing. Same energy. This energy and this energy. And here, aggregation of energy is too high. And here, it's very low. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like, that, have you played hot and cool, ice, cool, sorry, what? Hot.
Too hot and too cold, and you've got to find something.
Yeah, because you hide something and then you have to play.
Yeah.
Hot, cool. Let's say there's a camera goes inside the atom. Cool, hot, cool. This is what there. There's no boundary. If the atom doesn't have a boundary, what do you think about this guy? Truly, there's no boundary. Outside air is also made out of what? Electrons, protons, neutrons. And this is also what? Electron, proton. Aggregation level is high. High density of aggregation. Do you understand this? Now tell me, is there a difference in these two guys? Or same energy is there here and here, but aggregation pattern is different? How about air? Air is also what? Same energy. The level of aggregation is low. Agree? If that is the case, your body and my body,
Same thing, different energy.
same thing, because your DNA and my DNA always have adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, AGTC. You are AAGGCCTT, I am AGTC. You know what I mean, right? The different patterns creates the different sense. That doesn't mean that there's an entity and this is also an entity. Same energy. This is like you put 2 ice cubes inside water. Water is also made out of water. Ice cubes are also made out of water. Then this is like energy clouds are densely aggregated in the same energy field. We don't need CERN lab to experience these things. You know what is CERN lab? You don't know, right? Sorry. You know, the European Union, they have built a lab under tunnel, and they do experiments about neutrinos, protons, and what is that? Quantum, yes, hadron collider, large hadron collider. That's what they say. Cool. You don't need that. When you open up your mind, you get the experience. Ladies and gentlemen, likewise, these two are not. Then you can see an apple, you can see an orange, but through this wisdom, now you know there's no unique entity here called orange or mandarin, or there's no unique entity called here called what? An apple, because they all are same. Do you understand this? Can you see this? Can you see what is this? Apple. No.
I'm going to say it's an apple.
No. I'm telling you something secret here. This doesn't change your perception, but this change your sense. Still you can see an apple, still you can see an orange. Still you can eat an orange or mandarin, you can eat an apple. But now you have an idea, you have a profound wisdom of that these two are not different. Because of that, you won't fall for this illusion. Earlier it was a magic. You cry for apple. I want an apple, I don't want a mandarin. I like apple, I like mandarin. What do you think about yourself? Because you don't like apple. Why? Because apple is apple. I like mandarin. Why? Mandarin is mandarin. Because you give that sense of identity. Do you understand that? Do you feel the sense of separation from bottom of your mind? When you unveil this, it's like you go to a magician. The magician shows a magic, and the first time you see the magic, you say, wow. The second time he explores the magic, then this is how he did that. The third time when he shows the same thing, you can still see the magic, but you won't feel the wow factor. Because why? You have an understanding of the logic behind the magic. This is the magic, ladies and gentlemen. That is the logic. This is also a different aggregation level. This is aggregation level, same energy. Agree? Now think about, what do you think about the light energy? Different? No, same. How about wind energy? The same energy in a different arrangement. How about electricity? Same energy. How about the brain? Your brain, when you eat a fried rice, when you're eating a fried rice, do you think that there are fried rice impulses in the brain? And when you're eating chapati or spaghetti, do you think that brain is having spaghetti impulses? No, neurons doesn't know that you are having a spaghetti or fried rice or cheesecake. You understand what my point? Here are same impulses. Do you understand this? Now think about it. If neurons are giving the same impulses, like same format, what do you think about the perception of apple and the perception of mandarin that happens within your mind? Should be same format, isn't it? Because brain impulses, they are electricity, right? If this, can you see this? Can you hear this? Do you think that there are two types of impulses are in the brain? When you hear my sound and when you see my hand, two types of impulses? Yes or no?
Yep.
No. The neurons, two types means, different pattern. But I'm talking about the general electricity, the format. Impulses are impulses. Same energy is there, but different arrangement. That is true. You get the gist? That means what are the different senses also feel the same format. The perception of a mandarin and the perception of an apple also have same perception. Energy is also called energy. Do you understand this? Your senses, whatever the perception that happens within your mind, that is also made out of what? Energy. The perception that is happened within my mind also made out of what? Energy. The level of aggregation is very low. Here, level of aggregation is very high. Now tell me, what is the difference between you and me? Absolutely zero. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to unconditionally love everybody. This is what we call metta. Love. Neil was asking me, you don't talk about love much. Remember? You feel a separation because you are searching for a separation. But separation is not there. All are same, but artificially creating a sense of separation. Mind go insane and creating an artificial sense of separation, ladies and gentlemen. As a result of that, mind feels what? Separated entities are there. You feel from bottom of your heart, this is, and this is, and this is. But when you unveil the reality, you start to experience that even though you feel there's a difference, but truly there's no different. Then you don't feel so special about your son compared to the other son. Madam, what I'm talking about? Mom is loving to her daughter, right? But when you understand this, you can love everybody equally. That's what I feel right now. I'm giving 100% to you. I don't feel different between my mom and your mom, my mom and you guys. I can call you like my mothers and fathers. I can teach this. I'm feeling that you are like my mother and father. That's why I'm giving the maximum to explain this. You know, you didn't pay anything, right? Then why should I do this? That explains everything. Because this is unprecedented. This is you can't experience by yourself alone, because you are in this loop. Do you understand this? You are in this loop, ladies and gentlemen. You can't come out of it without the support. Somebody has to come to you and break this cycle and show you that even though you felt a difference, there's no truly difference. What I have done throughout this session is killing this idea that there's no truly separation in here. This is the compassion and loving kindness. This is the way to heal the world. People are fighting each other. Countries are fighting each other, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know that they are on the same earth. If somebody drinks up the water, the water, seawater, then can you find out countries? If you get rid of the water out from the earth, do you have countries? No, it's the same clump of mass. That country is fighting against this country. Where's the barrier? Where's the boundary? Insane. This is the fundamental problem every mind has. It's not because of the country leaders, or don't blame them, right? Because we all feel the separation. Then how come the leader can't feel the separation? Leader should be If we all are crazy people, then crazy person has to guide us, lead us. Now I'm going to unveil that suffering that you experience. Mom, I want to have a cake. Now you are suffering. Why? It's not that you don't have a cake. It's because you feel cake is special. Or cake is unique. You know what I mean? When you are vexing, when you wanting something, that means when you have a wanting in your mind, you have an idea, you have an experience, that thing that you are expecting is very unique to the other things. To create that sense, mind is vexing. Mental pressure arises in the mind because of what? Ignorance and attachment. That is I and A. Remember I wrote I and A? Ignorance and attachment are root cause of what? Mental pressure. Ignorant about the reality. Because of that, attachment happens. Why? Looking for Santa Claus happens because you have a wrong idea. What is the wrong idea? Santa Claus is there. Expecting a uniqueness, expecting separation, expecting entity happens because of what? Expecting happens because of what? You have an idea that uniqueness, separation and entitification, entities are there. You entitify from your mind. Still you can live your life, don't worry. But if you practice this, ladies and gentlemen, the mental pressure won't be there. Because looking at this, looking at this, looking at this, looking at this, no separation, no difference. Then there won't be any roller coaster rides. It will be a free mind, always. Cricket commentator, they can't expect, right? What they have to do is what is happening there, right? Observer. He is an observer. He is perceiving. He is commenting about what's going there, on the ground. Likewise, experience. Don't expect, because expectation happens because of what? Mind doesn't know the mind's job. Mind feels what? Mind is controlling this. If you control, don't listen to this, okay? Don't think about now what I'm saying. Mother. Don't think about it. Mother, father, donkey, apple, orange, mandarin. You think, right? Are you controlling them? Can you see colors? If you don't want to see colors, what you can do? Close your eyes, right? Then you see black color. You can't escape from the minding business. Minding business is there because of the energy flow. It's not your control. Because there's a flow of energy happens through our body. As a result of that, yes, as a result, yeah, I will stop it. Okay. Give me 1-2 minutes. As a result of that, perception, the energy flow, you feel this. The feelings are there. It's not incident happens, then feelings happens. Feeling happens because of the energy flow happens. This world is at flow. It's not fixed. It's energy flow. We all are really energy releasing agents. We'll talk about these things in future. This is so profound, ladies and gentlemen. This is the scratching the surface. Even the scratching the surface is something like, think about that, what we experience. We live by this wisdom. I want you to start following what I am following. I don't want you to become Buddhist. Because this is the truth that sets you free. When you realize the uniqueness is not there, that eradicates your liking to experience the uniqueness. As a result of that, no mental pressure, no insanity, the insane. You won't go insane. There's no false sense of existence, false sense of uniqueness, false sense of self. As a result of that, your mind will be free. Then you can freely love everybody without barriers. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means that. It's so profound, but you need to detail it out. One world, one family. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a session. So, Neil, I think we met 1 year ago. Less. So I met Neil 1 year ago, and after that I think we have started a journey to help you guys, not in all Christchurch but all around Australia and New Zealand. So there are people, we are doing 2 sessions every week, like in Sinhala, in our local language, and in English. Monday night, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. online. You can join if you want to follow this. I can attest you, I can guarantee that You don't have to become a monk, but you will experience this. Slowly. You don't have to be rushed. It will take time. But this is something you need to get rid of out of your mind. The idea of separation. This is something you have to contemplate. Not closing your eyes, but open your mind. Right? Is there a flower in a flower? Then, if I give it to you or if I didn't give it to you, it doesn't make any difference to your life. But you will live for the purpose. You will do all the duties and responsibilities without any suffering, without any fear, because fear happens because of the self-sense. Fear feels that because something is going to happen to me. Me is what? Uniqueness. This is the father and mother of suffering. If you kill the mother and father, the suffering won't be there. Not the mother and father physical, but this mother and father. This is mental mother and father. Thank you very much, ladies and